1. Imagine finding yourself in a prehistoric world, where forests roar, predators prowl, and humans are just beginning to understand how to pass on knowledge. They have no books, no letters, not even parchment. But one day, someone picks up a piece of charcoal and draws a hunting scene on a cave wall. This was the first step toward what, thousands of years later, would lead us to printed books, computer fonts, and Times New Roman. How did a simple drawing evolve into the language of civilizations? Why did letters take the forms we know today? And what does the future hold for writing? We'll explore it all in this episode. 2. Humans have always sought ways to leave their mark. At first, they made handprints on rocks, the earliest known symbols created by people. Archaeologists have found such images all over the world, from the caves of Altamira in Spain to Australian petroglyphs. But why did ancient people draw? Perhaps it was part of rituals, prayers to hunting spirits, or a way to pass knowledge to future generations. 3. Over time, drawings became more complex. Instead of random strokes, entire scenes emerged: hunters, animals, battles. This was the birth of the first language, pictograms. Each symbol represented something: the sun, water, food. It was a primitive yet brilliant way of conveying information that any tribe member could understand. 4. One of the first civilizations to take a step further was the Sumerians. They invented cuneiform, a system of marks pressed into clay tablets. Unlike cave paintings, these could be stored, shared, and copied. This was a true revolution. For the first time, knowledge no longer relied solely on oral tradition. 5. The Sumerians used cuneiform for everything, from legal records to trade transactions. Soon after, the Egyptians developed their famous hieroglyphs, a complex system where each word could be represented with intricate symbols. Egyptian scribes were an elite class, trained from childhood, and writing was considered a divine gift. 6. Meanwhile, China was developing its own writing system. Chinese characters, which emerged over 3,000 years ago, are still used in modern culture. This is one of the most enduring writing systems, barely changed since the Shang dynasty. 7. But the key step toward modern alphabets was made by the Phoenicians. They were the first to abandon complex drawings in favor of a set of symbols representing sounds. This became the first alphabet, the ancestor of all modern writing systems. The Greeks borrowed it, added vowels, and later the Romans refined it into what we now call the Latin alphabet. 8. The Middle Ages saw the rise of calligraphy. In monasteries, scribes created exquisite manuscripts, but it was a slow and labor-intensive process. A single book could take years to complete. 9. Everything changed in the 15th century when Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press. Now books could be mass-produced, making knowledge accessible not just to the elite but to ordinary people as well. 10. The rise of printing led to the standardization of fonts. During the Renaissance, the first typefaces resembling modern ones appeared. 11. The 19th and 20th centuries marked the industrialization of typography. In 1931, one of the most popular fonts, Times New Roman, was created. It was designed for the Times newspaper to improve readability. 12. Today, we no longer depend on paper. Writing has shifted to digital formats, but its influence on culture remains profound. We still pass on knowledge through text, even if we now type it on smartphone screens. 13. But what does the future hold for writing? Perhaps it will fully transition into virtual reality or evolve into new forms. One day, just like in ancient times, we may once again leave symbols on walls, only now, they will be digital. 14. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment about your favorite font or what topic you'd like to see next.